Good evening and welcome to the Bottom Line. News about your neighborhood and its condition. News that will allow you to make informed decisions. From downtown to Dover and everywhere in between, it's news that reaches the residents of Wilmington and Newcastle County. News that's real, relevant, revealing. You got it. It's the Bottom Line. Again, good evening. I am one of your hosts, Nicole DeSarette. So happy that you could join us on this last Monday of the month of October. No. August. It's August. I got it together. We have a wonderful show for you today. And in case you didn't know, next month we are celebrating our first anniversary on the Bottom Line. So we're going to have to do something very, very special. And we are so grateful that you invite us into your living rooms every week. So we truly appreciate that. Listen, you know as well as I know what time it is. School bells have rung for most of the children, and some of them have a couple of days left before they start school again. I'm seeing the big yellow school buses out on the highway. So what I would like to do, I'm going to open the show with just a little information and direct it to our children. 1 in 3 children in the United States, ages 2 to 19, are obese. Obese children are at risk for very serious diseases such as type 2 diabetes, asthma, as well as heart failure. Children who are obese run the risk of becoming adults who are overweight or obese. So we know that next weekend is the unofficial end of summer. I'd like to give you some tips on how you can help your child have a healthy fall. If you know anything about me, I am the queen of acronyms, so why should tonight be any different? So let's talk about fall. F-A-L-L. F stands for food. Food should be the foundation of our wellness. Children should consume breakfast each and every morning. Doing so will allow them to improve their memory and balance their moods. Studies also show that children test higher after consuming breakfast. What else can you do in regards to food? Number 1, choose foods that are whole and minimally processed. Involve your child in the shopping experience as well as in food preparation. Make sure that you have healthy snacks and healthy beverages available. Limit portion sizes. Make sure that you are cooking meals at home and eating together as a family. And never forget that you are to be a positive role model for your child. So F stands for food. A is for activity. It is recommended that children participate in a minimum of 60 minutes of aerobic activity every day. Aerobic activity will get their heart pumping and force their lungs to work a little harder. The options for children are many, and they range from biking to basketball, running to rollerblading, and let's not forget the old school games of playing tag and jumping rope. Being outside is equally important. Children who are outdoors regularly are fitter and leaner. Their immune systems are stronger. Their imaginations are active and playful, and they are very creative. They also show more respect for themselves and others, and let's not forget about the benefits that come from the sun and vitamin D. Why not make it a family affair and get some exercise and some aerobic activity together as a family? So A is for activity. L is for limit screen time. Did you know that children are watching 32 hours of television each week? This is limiting their ability to be creative, to explore, and to interact with family and friends. And unfortunately, the amount of television that children watch increases with age. So for older school-age children, this may interfere in their ability to get their reading assignments done or to complete homework assignments. Children who are watching excessive amounts of television run the risk of becoming overweight. And of course, there are just some general issues with television. Children who are viewing violence are more aggressive, and they may view the world as a scary place and believe that something bad will happen to them. Some of the characters on television may display risky behaviors, such as smoking and drinking. They may also foster gender stereotypes as well as racial stereotypes. Television should be used as occasional entertainment. It should never be used as a babysitter or for continual escapism. It is the responsibility of adults to monitor television programming and to set viewing limits. So L is for limit screen time. The final L is for listen. Let's face it, our children are living in a world that is very different than the world in which their parents and grandparents grew up in. There is a gap, a generational gap between our parents and our children, and it can be minimized if adults would engage in more active listening. When children feel that they are truly being listened to, they are more apt to really pay attention to what those adults have to say. They feel that they can trust those adults more, and they feel that they are better understood. And if you rearrange the letters in the word listen, you'll get the word silent. Adults need to do less talking and more listening to find out what their children really have to say. So as we engage upon the fall season coming up very quickly, I hope that you will take steps to ensure that your child has a successful and healthy fall. Remember, F is for foods that should be healthy. A is for activity that should be aerobic in nature. L, limit screen time. And the final L is for listen. So I hope you got some good tidbits out of that. And you know me, I got more coming. I see the crew. They're giving me the eye. We have our captain, none other than State Rep Charles Potter, looking mighty sharp over there. We have, he said, uh-oh. We have in Studio A, Elder Ty, we have Miss Deneen, and we have Mr. Ed with the sports section. So stay tuned for the remainder of the bottom line. Elder Ty is about to take it away.
We say hello to everybody everywhere. Thank you so much, Nicole. Looking real good, and I'm listening. Hello to everybody everywhere. It's so important that we listen to our young people. It's so important that we love on them every time we get an opportunity. Want to thank everybody for what a wonderful, wonderful time we had at August Quarterly. So the August Quarterly 200-year celebration, congratulations to everybody who worked. There's no I in team. So everybody helped to put it together. God bless you. Continue to serve. Get your rest, because I know in about 4 days you're going to be getting ready for August Quarterly 201. Amen. And then congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Leroy Bailey. Had the opportunity to marry a couple while I'm doing this campaigning thing. Don't forget, September the 13th is right around the corner. You want to vote Elder Potter? You want to vote God's ambassador to the streets, the Elder Tyrone Johnson, because www.elderty.com. That's how you find me. Now, I'm excited because I'm always State Rep. You check with I got a powerful guest here tonight, buddy. Powerful guest, so you know my contract will be going up. That's right, I said it. Tonight, we get to talk to an awesome leader, awesome professional. And because young people are back in school, I want you all to help me welcome to the bottom line, my friend, your friend, and young people's friend, teachers, leader, all over this state. Though I wanted to say reverend. He's not a reverend, yo. He's not. But he's got that whole glow thing about him. Dr. Merv Doherty. Red Clay Superintendent. God bless you. Thanks for coming down.
Thank you.
Look, Doc, I know you're busy, man. I want to thank you on behalf of the state rep. Everybody's here. Don't mind the Red Devils over there. Okay. Wilmington High in the house, okay?
I got you.
Okay, okay. I met you. We talked. We talked about some of the out-of-the-box things that's going on with Red Clay. We talked about how you had a vision of folks going on the corners where children were walking to school and just giving them words of aspiration, information, and affirmation.
Correct. We've been meeting with area churches in the area in our district and throughout the city to talk about a program called Corner to Corner. And we thought it was important as our young men and women were walking to school, waiting at the bus stops, that the area churches would and synagogues would take over the corners where their buildings are, and then reach out beyond that. You know, everybody wants to talk about the community taking back the city and doing really good things and positive things for young men and women. Well, we can do that. We don't need the law enforcement or politicians. Sorry about that.
Watch yourself, man.
But it's when
you're right.
the neighborhood community members
That's right.
care about our young men and women to encourage them in school.
Right.
They hear enough negative. I really appreciate Nicole talking about television time, which I think is extremely important. And you know, the goal is to create a really positive environment for young men and women as they're going to school and as they're coming home from school. And
but that's important. That's so important because
Right.
I think, Doc, not meaning to cut you off, but so much goes on in these homes because when you look at the statistics, we don't have to repeat them, but we have some terrible statistics as far as poverty and young people coming from impoverished situations. We have some terrible things going on in some of our homes, like drug addictions and things like that. And you never know what a child is confronted with overnight.
the positive side of adults going out, walking the streets, working. You know, we talked about on Sunday. It's great to be in your worship area, or Saturday, but we want you outside the walls during the week.
Good goal.
And if you take over the corner and there's kids, young men and women, they're waiting for the bus or walking to school, what a positive opportunity for them to see people who are giving them compliments, helping them, encouraging them to do well in school. And we just believe that there's a great opportunity for this to turn around for young men and women to have encouragement. You know, we started school today, and tomorrow 18,000 plus students will be coming into Red Clay. And so there's an opportunity. And just think if one or two young men were changed just because of this and become great leaders because of an adult that's spoken into their life. Each one of us who's listening have an adult who's really spoken into their life.
I'd like to add to that. Each one of us has had a caring adult.
Absolutely.
And it may not have looked like you or I. This may have just been a person that showed some love. And that's all I hear you saying. Now, you met with a great friend of mine, Rabbi Bill.
Absolutely.
And he was pumped up. You had him pumped up, Doc. You had that about you.
Well, he was excited about it, and we met with the pastor, Hanover Presbyterian as well.
Hanover Presbyterian.
And so we're really
Andy
excited.
Jacobs.
Andy Jacobs, and we're really excited about that. They want to be involved, and they want to reach out, and we just hope that this starts to take some momentum because we're worried about our young men and women, and they have a great future ahead of them. We're doing a lot of wonderful things for our young men and women in Red Clay, from kindergarten, pre-K, all the way through going to college academies and attending college courses in high school. But that adult who lives in that community, to encourage them. I had an adult in my neighborhood who encouraged me. We sometimes rely on our parents, and they're working, there's a lot going on in their lives, and just for community members to be involved, to just take that corner and make it for a place of a safe haven almost, where kids know that they're going to get a positive point.
Let's narrow this down, because there may be some folks out of there that now, just because they don't belong to a church or they don't belong to a mosque or they don't belong to a synagogue doesn't mean they can't help. We're just saying, if you love young people and you would like to give them words of inspiration, you would like to affirm them, either before they get on the bus or when they get off the bus, then can I do this? Can I say CTAC Preacher, CTAC Preacher, that's my email, CTAC Preacher at AOL.com. CTAC Preacher, all one word, at AOL.com. If you're older, you don't know how to use it, get one of those young people to get in touch with me and say, Ty, I like to get involved.
Absolutely. And they live near a school, an elementary school or a middle school. They could go to the school and find out where the children walk to school. I am sure that if they live near a school, there are young men and women crossing their path each morning that they could be out there and encourage
So let's talk about Warner.
Warner Elementary.
Let's talk about
Shortledge Academy.
Shortledge Academy. Those two schools first.
Right.
And then on Hilltop,
You have Lewis Dual Language School.
Lewis. Okay.
And a lot of students who live there also go to Highlands Elementary.
Highlands.
Are four elementary schools in the city.
Wonderful. And you have support folks in the school in case these adults see some things that they feel may not be appropriate. Or
Anytime
may not be
they
right.
could call us. We have
That's wonderful, man.
workers, we have mental health workers, we have social workers, we have counselors, we have psychologists, and we stay busy every day. But when we get a call about an area that's disturbing to us, we will go out. And the youth centers as well are very helpful for us. Hilltop, LACC, West End, the PAL centers, they're very helpful. When we need help about a situation, they're there for us as well.
So the Red Clay School District is doing fine, from what I understand. But you're not satisfied with just being the best. I'm not going to say, oh, I just got in trouble, man.
You probably did.
You want to, you want to do better.
I think we owe it to our young men and women to do better.
To do better. Even though
We're doing well.
statistically,
We're doing well.
Statistically,
We're doing well.
we might be at the top of the chain.
We're doing well.
Right.
But
that's
our
what,
young men and women.
That's what's encouraging. That's what's encouraging.
And I think it's extremely important for everyone to realize, we talk all the time, it takes a village to raise a young man or woman. And I think it's now time that we get out of our homes, get out of our buildings, and get out to where children are and meet them where they are and encourage them. Young men and women thrive off encouragement.
Okay.
A pat on the back, you're doing well, how's school going? You're looking good today, do well in school.
And I mean, that goes a long way.
Just think about if a child hears someone tell them, I hope you have a great day today. I know you're doing a great job in school. And when you see them at the end of the day, you encourage them as well. And our young people are looking for that. And I think we're missing that in society in general. There's too much negativism around. And I think we need to be positive for the young men and women for them to go to the next step. We all want great things for our children. And I'm asking the community to get on board to help make our kids great.
CTAC Preacher at AOL.com. If you want to get involved, it's called Corner to Corner. Dr. Merv Doherty is an outstanding individual. You see him here tonight. In 30 seconds, Doc, is there anything else that you'd like to say?
School starting, most important thing for our young men and women is they need to be in school. And every day they're in school, every one of our schools, we serve breakfast to all of our children. We serve lunch in our buildings. We have an afternoon snack of fruit or vegetables, and we have several schools that now we're serving dinner. We need our young men and women in school because when they're home, good things aren't going on. And so we're encouraging the parents to make sure their children are up on time, getting to school on time, and great things will happen with their young person when they're in school.
Mr. Superintendent,
Brother, thank you.
On behalf of the Bottomline and all our family, thanks for stopping by. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Now we're going to take it over to Studio B, State Rep Charles Powell.
I tell you, this must be a very interesting night because we have people coming here with no shoes, no socks. Oh, I don't have my jacket on. I'll just say that. So people need to check this out. I'm great seeing the DuPont alma mater. PS DuPont, we always cheer, always victorious throughout the year. We got the team that can do it. We can do it. PS DuPont. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm joined tonight by some lovely, lovely ladies, and I'm going to get them to introduce themselves. And they just happen to be Red Devils. All that maroon, all that teal, I guess. How you doing tonight, ladies? You're fine, good. So who wants to start? Let's introduce yourself. We got all your family members watching. Then we'll talk about why you're here.
My name is Jamita Ford Brown.
My name is Rosetta Richardson Jones.
And I'm Donzella Lum.
Yes.
Gwendolyn Haley Goodson.
Sandra Brooks' wife.
Okay, well, I'm really pleased to have all of you here. And you hear my phone ringing. I'm on the air. Shouldn't happen. But we're here to talk about your 45th year we're not going to call it anniversary. What are we going to call it?
Class reunion.
Class reunion.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, all you ladies look beautiful. So I thought you were only 45. So,
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
so just jump in, tell us what's going on, what's happening.
Okay, we're celebrating our 45th class reunion, and we're having it at Ed Oliver's golf course, which people know it as Porky Oliver's.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, and it's at 800 North DuPont Road, Wilmington,
Okay.
Delaware. It's Saturday, November the 5th, from 6 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Okay.
The cost would be $50 per person, $95 a couple. It'd be cash bar, food and fun. The spirit of youth, 45 years later, still fine and fabulous is our motto.
Uh-oh.
It's just a party. At Porky Oliver's, come get down with your classmates and friends.
Come get down.
Yes.
So it's going to be a real party
We're
then.
gonna have a real
Yeah.
party. We're going to have a real party.
How low can you go?
Yeah.
Can you go real low?
You can join us at any class. We're also inviting any of the classes from
Say
any
it,
year
say it.
for a
DuPont?
class reunion. Well, yes.
Delaware,
DuPont is-
Howard.
Well, yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know. Go ahead.
Okay. Of course, we would love to invite PS DuPont.
Yes.
Okay, so you are welcome.
Okay.
Any of the other classes of Wilmington High are welcome to come as well.
Wow.
Payment must be made in full by cash, personal check, certified check, or money order no later than October 15th, 2016.
16.
I'm sorry, I'm
That's
back
okay.
in
That's
45
all right.
years ago. Okay, and you can contact Mickey Deadweiler Williams, and the phone number is on our flyer.
We'll get that up for you.
Okay,
But
thank you.
say the number anyhow.
The number is 302-577-8239. That's 302-577-8239. Or you can contact me, Jamita Ford Brown, 302-563-0259. And that's 302-563-0259. And we'll be happy to see you at any point in time between now and then with your cash, personal check, or certified money order.
Okay. Why don't you all ladies jump in and tell us why you're going to go to this 45-year celebration. Come on now. I know the cat. As much as you like to talk.
Well, it's nice to get together with classmates that you haven't had a chance to
Be with.
meet with.
Yes,
I'm
uh-huh.
a little nervous here.
No, you're fine. Just look at me.
And we're welcoming everyone that has graduated from Wilmington High School, and it should be a fun occasion. So please come and join us.
Okay, Ms. Lum. Now, and I've known her for a long time. I know she can talk. So
Long
go
time.
ahead. Yes, right. Right on Tatnall Street and West 28th Street.
That's
Yes.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Just glad that it's our 45th reunion.
Yes.
We'll get to see people that we haven't seen
That's
in
great.
the last 5 years or longer. Some of those have not been before. Hopefully
Okay.
they'll come out and join us this year.
They should.
Yes,
Yes.
they should.
And you, this young lady here, this is a party animal right here. So,
As they say, fine and fabulous. Well, I hope everyone come out to the class reunion so we can fellowship and we can reconnect with each other
That's
and have
good.
fun. And my main thing is life.
Yes.
Life is just so important, and you have to do it while you can.
live it.
Yes.
So if you in a wheelchair, a cane, crutch, or whatever, just please come out because you're still alive,
Yes.
and that's a wonderful thing.
And the lady that came late, what's your name?
Sandra.
That's okay, Sandra.
Piggyback off of what
Go
you said.
ahead.
Yeah. There's so many that are not with us. And even recently, we're losing some of our members. This is
Yes.
life. And so just to celebrate with those that are still here is very important.
Well, you guys had that white affair. I've been to that before with Bernie. It's all a part of your organization?
Yes.
Or-
Yes.
One
So
time,
you got a
yes.
big group of people to deal with, because I think a couple weeks ago when I went, there were like at least 1,000 people in that room. So,
Yeah, I
you know,
think
you
that
should
was
be
class of
having a great
That
time.
was class of 72.
That was 72?
72, yes.
Well, they should come out too, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. You know, I just remember the days when PS used to beat up on Wilmington High. See, I'm going to get you riled up now, but no, those were some great days, though, weren't they?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were.
they
Yes,
were.
they were. Yes, they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't nothing like today.
Right,
No.
yes.
Nothing.
We were all family. No matter what happened, you can go on any side of town.
That's right.
Yes.
So, tell us more about this event. Whatever you like to say. I want to hear more about it. I know you guys are excited.
Yes,
A lot
we
of people
are.
are going to come. And you got hotel rooms, or do you have anything like that?
Not this year.
Mhm.
We had hotel rooms in the past, and
Mhm.
we just didn't have anyone that used a lot of the hotel rooms.
Okay.
So we didn't do that this time.
And where's it going to be again? At Porky
And
Oliver's?
Porky Oliver's, yes. It's right down the road from Wilmington High School, which is now called Callaway.
Wow,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
No high school.
No
We don't
high
have a
school.
high school.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
All the high
No
schools
high
are
school.
gone. Yeah.
But we planned a night that includes a dinner buffet, dancing, entertainment, cash bar, and a good time.
Just to have a good time.
Just have a good time.
Well, each one of you say something about 30 seconds about why you like Wilmington High School. Let's start with you.
It was the first school that, I guess when back then, that blacks could go to as a high school.
That's right.
And so it's very good to have that as a school, as a memory. We got great education,
Yes.
and I think the bond of relationships that we've made with one another is just inseparable. I mean, it's just lifelong. So.
Right. And
Okay, my point is Wilmington High School was a great school and had lots of fine men.
you know, Ann's a Wilmington High School graduate over there.
Fine men, fine men. And then I wanted to go somewhere different because I had grew up on the east side, so I had went to Stubbs, Bancroft, and all that. So when it got to be high school, I said, let me go to Wilmington High. I mean, they're talking about Wilmington High, so this is where I need to be. So that's
Okay.
where I went.
All right. And you?
Wilmington High School, we had great teachers. We had a lot of fun. And as Gwen said, there was a lot of fine guys
Oh, my
there.
gosh. Okay.
And not
All
only
right.
that, they had a smoking court. So
Oh,
we
a smoking
smoked.
court.
That's right.
We
Okay.
could go out on the smoking court and
And
smoke.
smoke.
No other high school had that, but Wilmington
okay.
High had it.
Okay.
It was just great.
And you, Miss? Men, don't say men.
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
I was going to say Wilmington High was special to me because we had teachers that cared. And I always remember my typing teacher, Miss Johnson. She's now deceased.
Yeah,
Yes, she was very special. And you learned how to type. Yes.
Okay. So you want to be miseducated person. You don't want to talk about the men, right?
No, she left that to me.
Oh, okay, all right. And let's end with
She's
you.
not that innocent at all.
She's not innocent at all. I bet.
But I like Wilmington High School because I came from an all-girls Catholic high school. So I was in culture shock
Okay.
when I went to Wilmington High because it was,
Big school.
school
Okay.
and it was predominantly black school.
Yep.
And it was a big
Culture shock.
culture shock. But it was nice. The teachers were good. I had a nice French teacher that was really awesome. I had a great English teacher that took me to theater and
Okay.
really good teachers there.
Okay. Well, you
And
know.
men.
Well, I want to thank you all for coming on. And
having
the
us.
date again, because we're going to go to another segment here.
November 5th, Saturday night,
Okay.
800 North DuPont, Ed Oliver Golf Course, 6 to 11.
Tell them about our wedding.
And the cost is $50 per person, $95 per person, per couple. And it's our website. No, we don't have a website. We have a
Well,
Facebook
we have
page.
the phone number up on the screen.
Yeah.
See that number there, 577-8239?
Yeah.
You can call that number.
Yeah.
Okay? We'd like to thank you for coming on tonight.
Thank
We're
you
going
for
to do
having
something
us.
just a little different. I'm going to ask Ivan to run Velda's commercial. We're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back with the bottom line.
Hello, Wilmington. I'm Velda Jones Potter, candidate for City Treasurer. When it comes to managing our city's money, experience matters. As your former state treasurer and director of finance for Wilmington, I am ready on day one to manage our city's finances. As state treasurer, I maintained our AAA bond rating. As finance director for Wilmington, I helped lead the city to a $5 million surplus. Like you, I want to see our neighborhoods prosper with new businesses and new job opportunities. I believe Wilmington's best days are ahead. On September 13th, choose a trusted finance professional with the experience Wilmington needs in its next city treasurer. Vote for me, Velda Jones Potter.
Welcome back to the second half of the bottom line. It was so nice to meet members of Wilmington High as they prepare for their 45th high school class reunion. Wow. I told the ladies, I said, you all have to show me photo ID because I can't believe it. Those women are looking sharp. And it's a good segue for what I'd like to share with you right now. I've been talking about this for a bit, and it's 26 days away. Kaleidoscope, Empowering Survivors, Mind, Body, and Spirit. It's happening at the Embassy Suites located 896 in Newark, Delaware. Friday night, September 23rd. It's called Cocktails and Comedy. For people who don't know, our chemotherapy drugs are referred to as cocktails. This is a comedy show that will feature comics from across the country who are cancer survivors. Doors will open at 7 o'clock. Show will start around 7:30. Light refreshments will be served, and this is for men and women. When I started planning this conference earlier this year, some of my male survivor friends would say, when are you going to do something for us? We need something too. Yes, I know. But I'm transitioning from women's seminars to women's conferences and didn't want to put too much on my plate for my inaugural conference. But everybody can benefit from laughter therapy to combat stress. So Friday night, September 23rd, is for women as well as men. But on Saturday, September 24th, it's ladies only. Join me for ESP, Empowerment Sessions and Pampering. On this day, you will have an opportunity to hear from experts in the field, ways that you can improve the quality of your health in ways that don't require prescription medications. Some of the workshop topics include the benefits of meditation, mindfulness, exercise, nutrition, stress management, and even environmental toxins. Because it's not just what we're eating and drinking, or not eating and not drinking, that can lead to a diagnosis. Sometimes we have introduced some things into our environment that are making us sick. So it's for women living with all types of cancer. I've had a number of caregivers say to me, I'd like to attend with my mother or my sister. I'd like to hear the same information that she's being exposed to so that when we get home, I can reinforce it. May I attend? I, of course, said yes. I've been a caregiver before. And in my mind, a caregiver is a survivor in their own right. So it's for female caregivers. My message in terms of health and wellness is always preventative in nature. So I've had a number of ladies say to me, I don't have a cancer diagnosis, and I'd like to keep it that way. May I come as well? I, of course, said yes. So ladies, come one, come all, and I want you to feel extra special. So the pampering component, you will have the opportunity to take advantage of complimentary manicures, massages, as well as health checks. If you would like some more information about Kaleidoscope, please call my office, 610-812-9997. Again, 610-812-9997. We're getting ready to take it over to Mr. Ed, but he's not at the news desk because he has a special guest this evening. Take it away, Ed, Studio B.
Hey, good evening, everybody, and I have the great pleasure of having Mr. Cecil, or not my fault, Dr. Cecil Gordon with me, as he is just in from the Rio Olympics, and I'm sure how you doing, Doctor?
I'm doing fine. How are you, sir?
All right, how was the experience
Thanks for having
over
me
there?
in.
Oh,
Fantastic. I mean, it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and it didn't disappoint. Far exceeded any expectations I had going into the competition.
I wish I had the experience of going over to Rio and seeing that, because as I take it, you were the announcer of all the men's races, so you got to experience and see most of the races anyway, correct?
Yeah, I was actually the starter. So the starter is the person comparable to the one at track and field who has the gun, although we have electronic horns, not a gun on the pool deck, but it's the person who says take your mark and starts the race.
Okay,
so,
take your mark, go.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Okay.
Hit the horn, it's electronic. and
Okay.
it's strobe light and all
I
that.
see you wearing your pretty
Yeah,
Rio
just
jacket.
for you. I figured I would bring it because I won't get to wear it often. But this was our formal attire for the finals each night. So there were 8 nights of finals and 8 days of prelim races, and the jacket with the tie and white shirt was the
Okay,
occasion.
I'm going to get into some of the Olympics a little bit later on in about 2 or 3 minutes. Let me just go over some of the things that's happening in the sports world today. The NFL season is less than 2 weeks away, or 10 days away, because the NFL season will start next Thursday with the Panthers. The Carolina Panthers are going to be playing the Denver Broncos to open the season next week. Okay, so already the starting quarterback on my team is out again after playing less than 1 quarter of the preseason. We talking about Tony Romo of the Dallas Cowboys. With the latest injury that he have, I would keep Romo out. It's going to keep him out for most or half of the season. He's got a back injury, and I just think that Romo should retire because he's kind of fragile. He hasn't played a full season in 4 years. What do you think about that?
He's fragile. I mean, he played 3 plays, I think, and everybody thought he was going to be okay, and now he's got a vertebral fracture in the spine in the back. He's just fragile. And they've got a young guy though who's playing really well.
I'm very impressed with Prescott, but
so.
I just think that, like I'm saying, Des Prescott, who looks very good so far. However, he's a rookie, and rookie makes mistakes.
Yeah.
Now, on the other hand, I've been watching the Eagles too. The Eagles look very good, and I expect to be a dogfight in the NFC East because I think we're gonna have 3 or 4 good teams. I don't know how the Giants are going to do, but I know the Eagles are going to be pretty good. Dallas should be all right. Defense is going to be hindering them some. The Redskins won the division last year. I don't know how the Giants are going to do, so we'll see what happens with that. The biggest story in the NFL right now is the 49ers Colin Kaepernick refuses to stand with his teammates for the national anthem. I think this is a wrong move for Kaepernick because he's not playing that well. It's causing too much distraction for the team, and I just don't know if he's going to be on there. What are your thoughts about that? You think I know he's getting a lot of some support from most people, and not so much support from others.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Well, this country is based on being able to speak your mind and protest if you think something's not being done the way it should be done. And I certainly agree with the cause for what he's doing. It's been interesting listening to talk radio today, sports radio. It's about 50-50, interestingly enough, black and white.
Right.
That some supported him, some didn't.
Some didn't. Because what's going on is that people are burning his jerseys, and they're doing this, they're doing that. It's just, to me, he's not playing that well to cause this much of a distraction. I think he should, stand up with his team. That's just my opinion. Yeah. But if I guess, this is why this is America, because you got the choice, the freedom of choice to do what you want to do.
Interestingly enough, I don't know if you heard, but they were talking about the national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner, and Francis Scott Key, who wrote the national anthem, was a slave owner.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Very much an anti-abolitionist when he lived in Baltimore. So this whole story gets deeper and deeper when you look into it. That there was a lot of when the song was written, there was a verse that really supported slavery. And so interestingly enough, if you look deeply into what this is all about, there's a side that would certainly defend the actions of Kaepernick.
Okay, well, let's move on. Major League Baseball season is winding down, and many teams are jockeying for position to make a run for the playoffs. With a little more than a month to go in the season, the hottest team in the majors right now is the Kansas City Royals, and they won it last year. They're looking pretty good, but they are in third place, I believe it is, and I don't know what they're going to do. The New York Yankees has a young player. They're calling the Sanchez. I've been watching this guy. Yankees is my team. He's playing pretty good.
Yeah.
But I don't know, he's got to, if he's going to keep carrying it on, because most players fizzle out after they come in, and to hit homers in in a lot of different games. I think he's hit like 9 homers.
11. He has
11 homers
in
23 games, something like that.
Which is the record, the quickest person to hit 11 homers.
And one of the youngest too to do so, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's very good.
So, yeah, he's a catcher, and he looks good though.
Yeah, he looks pretty good, and I hope he keeps it up.
But the one thing about the Yanks, and that's always been my team, they got a lot of young guys in the trades when they got rid of a couple of the big-time relief pitchers they had. They got a lot of young prospects back, so that team might be on the up and up. We'll see how.
I think they're on the up and up because I looked at them, I watched them. They pounded Baltimore 2 straight days. They lost yesterday, 5-0.
5-1.
But they lost. But they look pretty daggone good
They did.
as a young team, and they might be one for. They might not do nothing this year, but I think if you give them a full season together, this team might do something.
Could be.
Okay, the standings: Toronto, Boston, and Baltimore. All are 3 games apart in the American East. In the Central, Cleveland is leading by 4.5 games over Detroit. In the West, Texas is leading 77-54 over 8.5 games over Seattle. The National League East, Washington is leading over there by 8 games over Miami. In the Central, Chicago has the best record in the majors at 82-47. And in the West, Los Angeles has a 2-game lead over San Francisco. Now, the Yankees are still fighting for a playoff berth. They still might get one.
For the wild card, yeah.
A wild card.
Second wild card.
But if they keep playing as well as they are, I wouldn't be surprised if they did something there.
Yeah, no, they've got a shot.
They definitely got a
They got
shot.
to climb over a couple of teams to get there, but they're within
Striking distance.
Yeah, they're within hailing distance.
Okay.
No question.
All right, moving on. U.S. Open starts today. Top seed, number 1, Serena Williams on the women's side, and top seeded Novak Djokovic is on the men's side. Serena will be going after her 23rd major title. If she succeeds, she will move in the second place, one behind Margaret Court, and surpassing Steffi Graf for all-time lead. And good luck to Serena. Good luck to all, especially Serena. And I just want to say this: 2 top players are going to be missing from this year's Open. That is Maria Sharapova, and who is serving a 2-year ban, and Roger Federer, who is recovering from a knee injury.
Right.
And good luck to Serena.
Yeah.
Okay.
Serena was my big disappointment. I wanted to see
man,
her in Rio.
the Olympics.
She went out, man, in the first round.
No,
Venus
went out in the first round.
She
Serena
went out in the third, I think.
Third round.
And
All
they
right.
both went out in doubles in
doubles,
the
first round. I was shocked. I was really shocked by that.
I was heartbroken.
Because that's the first time that they didn't win at the Olympics. They
First
usually
time
win gold.
Have never been beaten as a doubles.
That's right. They were 16-0.
Yep.
All right. There are many good Olympic stories to talk about. The most dominating were the women's gymnastics team. They call themselves the Final Five. The women's basketball team. Several U.S. women's swimmers, and of course Michael Phelps, who dominated the Olympics and who was the greatest Olympian of all, the most decorated Olympian of all. He won 4 golds, 2 silvers. Katie Ledecky won 4 golds, 1 silver, and Simone Biles won 4 golds and 1 bronze. And I just want to point out there was one woman who she was the first African American woman to win a gold medal in swimming. Her name is Simone Manuel, and I was very proud to see that.
100 freestyle.
Yes.
And she got silver in 50 freestyle.
Good, very good.
So yeah, she had a great Olympics.
Oh, the doctor presented me with this button, and I'm very grateful for it. And this is a button that says something about the USA Swimming, which is very good.
2016 for Rio.
Thank you very much.
Oh, my pleasure.
Final medal count. USA total 121. Great Britain 67. China 70. Russia 56. Germany came in 5th with 42. And I was a little worried about the men's basketball team at first. However, they woke up just in time.
I don't know if they woke up. They woke up the last game, but the last 3 games
ran away with it by 30 points. So I was proud of them because they came together and they started playing the defense they was playing, and they won.
Yeah.
Okay. In closing, I want in NASCAR. Kyle Larson raced to his first Sprint Cup victory yesterday, taking the lead with 9 laps to go, holding off Chase Elliott at the Michigan International Speedway. Congratulations to him. And on a sad note, the final thing I'm going to say is that from the NFL, former Pro Bowl safety Darren Sharper, who played for Green Bay, Minnesota, and New Orleans Saints, was sentenced to 18 years in prison for drugging and sexually assaulting several women from several different states.
Wow.
And this guy should have known better than that. But that's it for sports. Congratulations,
Thank
Doctor,
you.
and I'm
Thanks.
glad to have you on.
Thanks.
Maybe I'll have you on again because you you know a lot more about sports than I do, man, mostly. Okay, we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to go over to Studio A.
Okay, thank you so much. We're almost done with the bottom line, but we have one more special guest today. So we have with us Miss Bruni Mercado. So thank you so much for being here. And as you can see, she's campaigning.
Yes.
She is running for city councilwoman at large. So we welcome you to the bottom line.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Great, 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 great. And I know that you are not a new face in Wilmington. You've been here for a number of years, and people may be familiar with you in terms of your bail bonds business.
Yes.
But now you're doing a little bit of a shift. So can you talk to us about kind of why now, why you think you being elected is just the right thing for the city of Wilmington?
Well, I've kind of sat back and worked a lot with the community behind the scenes. And for years, I've had many people ask me to run. I've just been more of a no-nonsense type of person when it comes to, you know, politicians and calling people out, because I will do that if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So I guess because I'm pretty much a straightforward person, and I don't want to be politically correct. And I felt like I could get more done behind the scenes. And still to this point, you know, you can at times do things better behind the scenes. However, right now I think that we're at a crucial point with criminal justice, all of the shootings that we're having in the city, the jobs that, you know, are not here, the businesses that are leaving. And as a business owner, it's important for me to have other business owners also invest in the city, because we pay city taxes, wage taxes. If you don't have that income coming in, things are just going to get worse and worse and worse. And, you know, we have to have people that can advocate and people who have actually walked in those shoes. You know, I grew up on welfare. My father was addicted to heroin. You know, I was in the street too for a while, but I would live on Section 8 welfare. But all of those things, you know, to some extent have made me the person that I am today. Because you can't walk the talk if you haven't actually walked it. And I've actually walked it. And I've helped a lot of, I used to run a temp service. And I used to have every single guy that was at the Plumber Center, and I worked on this with Miss White for years. As soon as they got out, 2 weeks, we had them jobs. Sad part about that, none of those jobs were in the city. All of our contracts came from 896 and the Middletown area.
So in this position as city council at large, what is your main goal set out for? Is it creating jobs and creating employment, or what's your main focus?
My main focus is to have common sense criminal justice reform, as well as to improve and widen the scope on what it is to actually give defendants who have been convicted of crimes second chances.
Real second chances, because we were talking about that.
Yes. And, you know, so for me, it's going to be public safety and jobs.
Okay.
And also, we have to help our businesses. We have to give them incentives to stay or to come here. You have to be a business owner, a successful business owner for a long time to have that niche. And I believe I have that niche, as well as the criminal justice niche. I mean, I've been helping people for many years. I've worked with NAACP. I'm a civil rights activist. ACLU, they know my name on a first name basis. I just pull up on two wheels. I'm here and my client has this problem.
Right. You know, I had the opportunity to check out your website a little bit, and you had some statistics there which I thought were kind of alarming. And they are that right now there are 2 Latinos in the Delaware General Assembly, but there are no Latinos serving as community representatives. So you're looking to change that. So, and what I hear you saying and what I saw from your website is that not only is that a step for the Latino community? It's a step for minority community. It's a step for the community as a whole, because you're fighting for everyone. And I know that your tagline is helping to restore lives, because all lives matter.
That's right.
So, I thank you for what you are looking to do. And what are there? 15 days left until election time.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. That's why I'm rushing.
Right.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, the time has definitely went by, and I know that we're kind of rounding things up. Our show is coming to a close, but we definitely want to thank you for coming on to show your face and give, let people hear from you, directly from you, what your mission is and what you're looking to do in the city of Wilmington. So right before we wrap up, there's a couple of things that we want to mention. We first want to send our condolences to the families of the young lady that was found killed by her boyfriend right here in our own city, a very unfortunate situation. Also, Nicole, did you hear Dwayne Wade's cousin was actually shot in crossfire walking down the street? It's just senseless killings that are happening all around our communities, and it's really a time to reflect and really get our households in order, because there's a lot going on, and prayer is so needed right now, don't you think?
Yeah,
We're definitely in a time of that. But on a lighter note, we want to also send a congratulations to Miss Nicole Lynn for winning, let me get this right, Miss Black America. Yes, there she is, the beautiful Nicole Lynn. Doesn't she look gorgeous? I love that dress. So she's actually having a celebration party tomorrow at the new Twisted Soul Restaurant and Bar. That's going to be from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. right in the city of Wilmington on North Market Street. So stop by and send her a congratulations. I'm sure she'll appreciate it. So for me and Nicole and I, and the bottom line, Miss Mercado here, we like to tell you thank you for tuning in for another week, and we will see you. I know next Monday's Labor Day, but tune in, because we will be here with more hot news, and that's the bottom line.